Story Select.
What's goody, everyone? Welcome back to more Sonic Adventure 2. In the last episode, we completed the hero side story. We took the fake Chaos Emerald and slam-dunked it in there. And now, since we have beaten the story, we have access to basically any point in the story that we want. We can go right back and revisit it. And then from then on, you can just play the story again, you know, from that point. So you don't have to start at the beginning, although I don't know why you wouldn't want to start at the beginning. But also, what is weird is that, like, if you look, like, Knuckles has the fucking sunglasses here. So, like, imagine just beating this and not getting all of the gear, and then you just see Knuckles with shades. Like, where the fuck did he get those? And it's in an inconsistent time for when that would have been, so, you know, that's kind of weird. But alright, without further ado, let's go into the Dark Side story.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Security breach at Gate 3. Intruder is located in the north quadrant and is moving in the direction of the underground base. All units prepare to engage. Emergency battle formations. Standard battle procedures initiated. Locate and stop the intruder from entering the security area. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
That was all. Let's take a look at what my grandfather was working on. A top secret military weapon. The military shut down the research because they feared it.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense.
Alright, now starting out here, we're gonna be shooting up. So, what I think, honestly, Eggman's playstyle here, it fits a lot better than for Tails' gameplay. I think Eggman's levels overall are just a lot better than Tails', honestly. Like, I think it makes more sense for Eggman to just come in here shooting up, and we get to start this off, like, just as high action, high thrill as Sonic's playthrough started off. Alright, we got Iron Gate here, and instead of just getting any badniks, any, like, cool gadgets, Eggman just starts off with just firing a fucking machine gun. It's just fucking crazy, you know? You wouldn't expect it for Eggman, but this is just totally fucking radical. The Eggman's just getting his hands dirty, getting down to business like this. So yeah, I really like that we get to play as Eggman. The story mode actually, it's not really, you'd think it might be like Shadows primarily, right? But since it was Sonic's primarily in the hero side story, but you'd actually be wrong. Eggman, believe it or not, has the most stages in the game as far as Dark Side story goes. Get that gold one. Fuck, I want to get the gold one. Look at that, we can just lock on to so much shit across the wall. Now remember this area, come back to it later, because, you know, if you saw in the last playthrough, Tails got a bazooka that allowed us to open those things. So, you might start realizing that every character and their counterpart are going to have similar, for the most part, are going to have similar weapons and stuff, and upgrades, and things of that nature. So it's always good to come back, maybe do that whole stage select thing, once you actually are finished. And you can replay the levels in order to get, you know, it's sort of like a built-in New Game Plus, because once you get the power-ups and stuff, you can play the levels a lot differently and enjoy them a lot more. Just because you can totally break them with some power-ups. It's actually really cool. Alright, well, what we got here is level 4. This area might remind you a lot of Prison Lane, and you'd be right, because this is sort of like Eggman's version of Prison Lane, although, more accurately, Prison Lane is a version of Iron Gate for Tails, because, as I said in the last playthrough, Eggman was designed to be one of the characters to play as from the get-go. Tails was added in, not really at the last second, but Tails was added in later. Eggman was supposed to be first. Well, not supposed to be first, but Eggman was one of the original characters. So as we, you know, and it also is good to note that now Eggman is breaching through all of this shit. Eggman is searching for fucking something. What it is, we have no idea, but fuck it. And then it shows you why all of these doors weren't here later on. I just think it's funny that there's this whole prison break thing and we had no idea that this fucking shit even happened, you know? Like, we had no idea. Sonic didn't have an inkling that this shit was going on. Sonic, shouldn't you have been paying more attention? Right, now as we see, we got a big-ass missile here. And when we go to this door, they finally decide to barricade it with things that we can't actually shoot down. Unfortunately, they're kind of stupid because they left the only possible way of us actually getting through right here in front of us. So we hit that, and it lets the missile take us all the way down through to the goal ring. Yosh! And for some reason, Eggman loves using Japanese terminology, even though it's his English voice actor, and he says Yosh a lot. Which I gotta love, and that's an A rank, baby.
Now you know why I am the best.
Yes, we do. We do indeed know why you are the best, Eggman. So yeah, that was Eggman's first stage. It's a really fun one, I have to say, Iron Gate. I honestly find the Eggman stages a lot more fun than the Tails ones. I don't think there's a single... Well, there's one Eggman stage that I don't particularly like. But, like, it's not really that, you know, that I don't like it. It's just, eh. It's actually the next one we play as Eggman with. But honestly, most Eggman stages are pretty fun. And it just makes a lot more sense for his character to actually be doing that.
The military's top secret weapon. It's
the military's top secret mincemeat.
Enter user data.
So we don't know exactly why Eggman's here. He's looking for his top secret grandfather's thing, but we don't know what that thing is. It's supposedly a top secret weapon. And Eggman just suddenly happens to have a Chaos Emerald. Now, when I was a kid, I had no idea what the fuck this whole thing was. Like, this whole contraption that you're about to see, like, I had no idea what it was. Also, it doesn't really make sense. Like, this thing rises up to where Eggman was standing before, but he just decides to jump down here for whatever reason. Even though if he stayed up there, he would have seen it just as well. But here we are, the rebirth of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Are you trying to spoil my...
Now we find out where he actually came from.
You're not Sonic. This is impossible.
Even Eggman thought he was Sonic at first, even though you could clearly see he's dark and red. But at least Eggman was quick to figure out that it wasn't Sonic, instead of everybody else being like, "Oh, it's Sonic! Sonic!"
Behold the true power I possess.
And here, Shadow is flying, even though he doesn't do that. Like, you can't actually fly with Shadow. And I think that's the only time in Sonic history that Shadow uses that thing to fly. But here we go, we got Hotshot. In the beginning of Sonic's story, or the hero story, we had Bigfoot. Now we have Hotshot. Hotshot's pretty much the same as Bigfoot, if not a little bit, just slightly different. But here we go, now we're playing as Shadow. Like Eggman is to Tails, Shadow is pretty much a copy of Sonic. Although instead of running, he skates, which I think is really fucking cool. I've imitated that so many times in my life, it's just crazy. But Hotshot has a little bit of a different thing than, than Bigfoot does. Because Hotshot has, like a cool-ass fucking laser gun that he can shoot. He also shoots missiles if you let him get to the ground, but he more often than not shoots this. And there we go. We'll be seeing a little bit more of Shadow later. And then, yeah, he says pathetic human, and it looks like a human in there. But fucking in Sonic X supposed to be like, actually, it's a robot. Okay, now he says robot too, so like, is it a person or is it not? It looked like there was someone doing that.
What did you mean?
Is that just a thing that was lost in translation?
Bring more Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, wait!
I'll be waiting for you in the central control room on the Space Colony Ark.
Ark! So yeah, there Shadow goes. And we don't exactly know his motives yet, but he offered to help Eggman because he released him. And now, we have our first instance of a cutscene we've already seen, just from a different perspective. Oh look, there Knuckles is with all his gear that makes no sense for him having it at this point. Oh great, so now we're gonna see Knuckles with all this shit for like, the rest of the game.
You got that?
Yep, I got that.
Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of...
Now, I will say, I really prefer Rouge's theme to Knuckles' theme in this game. I would say Unknowns from Emmy from Sonic Adventure is still a better theme than both, but, you know, they kind of really butchered Knuckles' theme. The one theme I think Honeybee did not do justice to.
Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
So yeah, now we're about to get to control Rouge.
Not if I can help it.
Rouge, like, pretty much you could say every character is sort of just like in Smash Brothers, they would be considered all echo fighters of each other.
Look what you did to my emerald.
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen.
I really like this theme. It's called Flying the Freedom. It's just a nice, relaxing piece that's easy on the ears that you can just chill and kick back and listen to. And the vocals are some of the best in the entire game, honestly.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
We'll see about that Batgirl, like you fucking DC superheroes girls in the Nintendo Direct. I wonder if they should add Rouge to that. Alright, well, like Knuckles' first stage, is kind of in a nearby area. This is Dry Lagoon. Now, first thing you're gonna want to do is you hear that, it's actually this turtle right here, for some reason, is under control of these guys. And if you go on top of this turtle, shout out to my turtle, Koopa, he'll take you to a different part of this level, and there you go, there's a fucking emerald, like, legit right here. Awesome. This is, like, the main area of Dry Lagoon. It's kind of weird that you have to, like, transport to both, and you wouldn't know that there's an emerald over here from just where you're starting out, unless you just transport it over here, like, you know, you don't even know that this area is even a thing. Alright, where could this one be? It's nearby. Is it on top of the Egyptian guy over here? Or is it it's in this water? Alright, so we got two of them in the water. So yeah, like Knuckles, Rouge can swim, Rouge can glide, but instead of punching, she throws kicks. But they kind of serve the same purpose. Instead of Knuckles, Rouge is supposed to have, like, special feet powers. So yeah, make of that what you will, alright? It seems that we've gotten all the emeralds that are in this area, which is good because usually they can appear under this area of water, and there's like a whole little cavern. Over there, you see where that turtle is? You gotta ride that turtle to get through that cavern. But thankfully, we didn't. We got kind of lucky this time, and we got good spots for all of the emeralds. And I believe this one might just be up here. No, it's not. It's down on the ground over here somewhere. And it's right there. Wow, I'm surprised that I missed that. Alright, well that was the straight, easy A rank. The first two Rouge and Knuckles stages, or the first Rushles the Bat. The first stage for Knuckles and Rouge are very easy to get A ranks in.
Perfect? Like me?
Yes, Rouge, alright? You're perf. So yeah, after we do that, we've taken care of that, Rouge has now gotten pieces of the Master Emerald. Which if you watched my last playthrough, you know that she is actually decently good at searching for them, considering the fact that she was able to give them to Knuckles.
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid.
Well, Eggman, are you sure about that?
Then get inside.
So yeah, now we have this stage I don't really particularly like, because this stage is involves a lot of perilous platforming above fucking instant death sand, basically. Because as you know, if you're in one of these vehicles, you cannot fucking afford to fall into the sand ocean. Honestly though, I do prefer this stage to Hidden Base, even though, you know, that stage is also, you know, kind of just, this has a similar feel to it. But I wouldn't really go back and play this stage specifically. Plus, it has these new enemies that sort of just appear and try to stab you instead of just shoot at you, which are kind of creepy. I like in Sonic X, though, they do, like, have that. They even call back to that as, like, a mechanic in the show, which I think is pretty, you know, it's pretty faithful to the original. I'm gonna reference Sonic X a lot because the arc of Sonic X and Sonic Adventure 2 arc is honestly really well done. And I grew up watching that, so this is part, you know, partly these playthroughs of Sonic is sort of like Sonic retrospective. These guys are fucking creepy, man. So yeah, now you got these things that Eggman has to break through, which kind of shows the, like, it gives a reason for why Tails didn't have to do it, because they were already down, most of them. Even though it was technically in a different area. But yeah, nobody found out that Eggman was here, despite the fact that there's so many fucking robots here. And, like, that didn't even clue Sonic and everybody into the fact that Eggman was here. It was only after Knuckles was like, oh, I saw the Batgirl and Eggman go over here. Like, the robots, they don't have cameras or anything on them. Like, they can't just tell the US government or whatever government that, like, hey, you know that guy that, like, almost destroyed the world with a giant water monster, among other things? Yeah, he's in this ancient Egyptian pyramid for some reason, you know? Like, there's nobody here that's like, hey, you know, maybe you want to stop that, Eggman? I don't know. Nah, we'll just wait till Sonic does it. I mean, he saves the world all the time, right? Actually, no, he's destroying the world now. Right here. Get up there! Alright, we're gonna get this Chow Key. Now, I said I wouldn't want to do the Chow Key stuff, really, after I showed it off with Tails, but if you saw the way it went with Tails... Okay, I definitely hit that gold fucker. It must be impossible to do it in the PS Now version. Alright. And also because we don't have our fucking, like, jet booster yet, which, yes, of course, Eggman's gonna get a jet booster, too. It's, like, impossible to just do platforming here without feeling like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall, oh my god, I'm gonna fall. Like, I'm pretty sure I would always get E ranks on this stage because of the fact that I would just slip and fall and not be able to save myself at probably, like, the very end. I mean, I think, honestly, the platforming here isn't as, like, perilous as in Tails' playthrough of this kind of stage, but, you know, it is what it is. Plus, you didn't have as many guys trying to, like, snipe you or just come up, like, from behind and get you real quick. Alright, well, as I might have said before, this is pretty much Eggman's story. Eggman is the main protagonist here. Also, you can break all these pots if you want to. I don't know exactly what purpose they serve. I think there's probably like some hidden animals behind there, but when I was a kid, I used to just break all of them because I thought you had to. Ah, you fucker. See, I hate that they put so many of those guys to sneak up on you. That's like my biggest issue with all of like the shooter gameplay in this game. Like, they have so many of those guys just sneak up, and like it's hard for you to actually be like certain if you don't already know that they're gonna be there. How the fuck are you gonna be able to prepare for something like that? I mean, you're not really supposed to prepare for something like that, but you know, it is what it is. So Eggman's secret base is inside this pyramid, but he was supposed to get the space colony Ark. So as we know, Eggman's secret base also had a rocket inside of it. Could he be using the rocket to get the space colony Ark? Well, then he would have had to rebuild that rocket pretty fucking fast in order for Sonic to have something to do. But anyways, also be careful that fire indeed hot. You know, this stage isn't actually that bad. It's just like, it doesn't seem all that fun, you know? Like, it's kind of just, you walk around, and that's like a big problem with like, a lot of people have with the shooting levels. It's kind of just walking around and mindlessly shooting things. Which, I mean, that's the nature of the gameplay. But it just doesn't, you know, a lot of people would say that this isn't really, like, Sonic-like, and I can't say the same, but that's simply due to the fact that I grew up with this stuff. Sonic, to me, always was this kind of stuff, you know? Obviously, Sonic gameplay in it itself is, like, just speaking solely on Sonic, solely on a Sonic, no, we're not at that game yet, or ever, actually. But yeah, like, I always thought Sonic's gameplay was always about him and all of the characters there, you know? Oh, Big! This is the wrong ocean to be fishing in, Big. Come on, what are you doing over there, man? I'm trying to find Froggy, I threw him in the sand! Alright, I wonder if that's our third straight A rank. I doubt it on this stage, but, you know, who knows? Over 2,000? That must be a pretty good score. C?!
That wasn't so difficult.
It wasn't, but like, I don't understand the difference between the A and the, you know? I'm not entirely well versed on what constitutes an A rank. I know there's a certain point threshold you need to make. But now we're in Chow World. Also, it's funny that Eggman has like a hedgehog jumping symbol there. Even though he doesn't. But look! Look at this shit! We can control Eggman outside of his suit. It's fucking crazy, right? Oh my god, look how fast he runs too. He's fucking really fast. Yeah, we're just gonna exit. Actually, no, we're not gonna exit yet. We're gonna go in the Chow Garden itself. Just because this is also pretty iconic. Oh, now we actually have things we can give them. Where's our Chow? You fool! You can't fucking jump! But just listen to Eggman. Why did they decide to give Eggman, like, why does he speak Japanese? He says, Mushu! Yosh. Let's give you some animals. You want some animals, buddy? Let's give you some red. Chows are so cute, the way they go, ah, boo, 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 boo. It's so fucking adorable, I can't. They really hit the nail on the head with the Chow here. Now I can finally show you what it looks like when a Chow actually obtains some powers from animals. Instead of just telling you that it was gonna happen, and it only somewhat doing it. Here, take some of these, guys. You're gonna be the favorite. These will actually do good for us because we can actually use it, you know, to like, because I think the Chow races and Chow games and stuff like that they have are done a lot better in this one. This one just doesn't want to hatch. I'll let him hatch on his own. He's alright. Oh, Eggman. I always just love the fact that you can control Eggman like this. I wish we can control Eggman like this in actual, like, Sonic stages, you know? Like, it would be really funny. Alright, well, I think that's all the time that we have for the Chow Garden today, so let's go back into the actual zone. So now we're inside Eggman's base.
In the space colony Ark.
The space colony Ark.
Got to find out just what's going on up there.
This scene is kind of funny. So now we have the first instance of what a newscast in the Sonic universe would be like. But pay close attention to Eggman here as he's watching it, whenever he decides to turn it on.
We interrupt this broadcast for an
This
important
broadcast?
newsflash.
Look, he scratches his fucking ass! I like how they have, like, that. That's so subtle. Because Eggman's, like, serious in this game.
Chaos Emerald. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, the suspect was identified as the world-renowned hero Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fleeing the scene, destroying the
I don't know why they decided to have this person have an English accent, since this is supposed to be America, but, you know, I kid. I really, like, accents are, like, the coolest fucking thing, honestly. Like, I love that. I just love that accents exist, you know?
How pathetic.
Sorry for the flashing light there. Shadow is your eye, damn it! What's this? Jeez, that voice, that yell, it sounds so, like, believable and scary.
Shadow, I beg of you.
So it seems that Shadow has some suppressed memories.
For all the people on that planet.
And if we look, this is the room in Chaos, not Chaos, in Space Colony Ark.
Sayonara, Shadow.
At one point, Shadow is sent off, just like how Eggman shot Sonic.
People of this planet, I promise you. Revenge!
Oh, I don't know if that's what she meant, Shadow, but fuck. So Shadow has a little bit of history with a certain character that something tragic it's hinted at something tragic, something very tragic happened. We don't know any more about that yet, but we will. But this is Shadow's first stage, Radical Highway. Whoa, it's radical, bro! Yeah, I love this stage. This is one of my, I don't know. Honestly, I did say that Sonic stages are probably the best part of the game, but I actually would disagree with that statement. I'm already contradicting myself. It's already the beginning of this fucking Let's Play, and I'm already contradicting myself. Well, at the beginning, this is like episode, what, 6? So, maybe not. But, Shadow stages, at least his first 3 stages, are probably my 3 favorite speed. Well, the Cityscape is up there. I'm pretty sure Cityscape is my favorite. It's just a little bit too short. But Shadow stages are all really fun. Save for maybe the last one. I love Shadow stages. They're all designed really fucking well, and it's just, like, this stage in particular is really cool. It kind of looks like Mission Street, as you might remember before, the Tails level. But this is supposed to be, I guess, his counterpart to City Escape because it's all dark and at night, and ooh, Shadow is the edgy. I actually disagree though with Shadow being an edgelord. If you haven't seen this game, if you don't want things spoiled, don't watch this video. There's a really good video by this channel called, fuck, I'm gonna do that again, called Characters in Depth, where it really goes into what Shadow's character actually is supposed to be. And I don't think he's just an edgelord. Like, he really, like, people are like, oh, it's Edgy the Hedgy, he's an edgelord. But Shadow's really much more than that. I want to hit the ramp, damn it! Shadow is probably the most well-developed character in the Sonic series, if I have fucking butts! Alright, I'm gonna get that right. There we go. I hope it doesn't take points off for not getting it right the first time. And what's this? Chow in Space 2, the 2-disc special. I love these signs and stuff like that they have. Gut Ring? Sure, this stage actually has some more iconic pieces than City Escape, to be honest. Chaos Soda, Primal Venom. Like, what happened with, like, Chaos, like, destroys the world, and everybody's like, you know what, I'm gonna market this. It's just fucking funny. Alright, can we get this thing? Yeah! There we go. And this stage is also really cool with the alternate pathways. You can actually go down there. Like, down below over here, and we might actually get... Okay, good. Usually, sometimes I get knocked in, like, underneath that stuff. And now, showing you that the Dark Side story is supposed to be a little bit more difficult. We didn't see these electric robot guys until, like, the very end of the Sonic storyline. I keep calling it the Sonic storyline. Can I get you? Yeah! Finally, we got a gold fucker. And we can grind on these fucking things. It's really cool. Oh, and I just showed off the rail switching mechanic. That's interesting. Now we get 2 alternate pathways here, but let's go this way. Also be careful because we do have those planes, like, from Metal Harbor that try to fuck you over. And try to, like, launch fucking missiles at you. Alright, there we go. We got another ramp here. There we go. I'm getting them now. Seems like there's a little bit more timing, like the timing difference with the PS Now. I mean, I haven't really played this game in a while, as I said, and I'm more, like, comfortable playing it with the GameCube controller since I, you know, have it for the GameCube. But I wanted to do it on this for the more widescreen support. Plus, my GameCube copy is kind of worn out, and I'm lucky that I was even able to get the intro cutscene from the GameCube version. Also, we got a Knights cameo up there. This floating, spinning head of Knights. And Sonic Team logos. I really love, like, the attention to detail and all of, like, the little things over here. Like, that makes this kind of level have its personality. But alright, and they give you a robot just at the end, and we got 6,900 points. Nice. I would say that's either an A or a B rank. If we get over 1,200... No, I think 1,400 is the A rank. Yeah.
Too easy for me.
And Shadow, like I said before, Shadow is kind of an egomaniac. Not an egomaniac, but he's kind of like Sonic in that he has a pretty big ego. So yeah. And now, we get this scene once more.
What?
But sort of from Shadow's perspective, not really. They don't really change that much of it, like in Sonic Adventure 1. You know how characters' scenes would be different, like, pertaining on the, whoever you're playing as? But actually, like, this one is sort of different. They don't really actually give you a change in the scene that much. Sometimes they do, but the lines between characters are usually the same. And I like how in both scenes it's playing Shadow's theme, because I think if you were playing It Doesn't Matter in this scene, it would be, like, completely different. But now Shadow gets another Chaos Emerald. Or actually, no, it's the one that he stole that we already knew that he had, I guess, from the news broadcast. So yeah, we see this scene again. Shadow thwarts Sonic once more, and he gets the fuck out of there after he fucking clowned Sonic. So yeah, we don't actually see what happens with Sonic there, even though we saw he gets locked up by the police. So they do kind of, if you played this one first, you wouldn't actually know what happens. Oh boy, alright, well next up we have Egg Quarters. Now I'm going to do this in the next episode. So thank you guys all for watching. Stay tuned for more Sonic Adventure 2, and stay tuned for a level that gives me the fucking creeps, and you'll see why in the next episode, alright? So see you guys then. Have a great night. Deuces! Off the edge in some instances. And I'll show you case in point in 1 second. And also, if you like rails... Motherfucker, I didn't want to jump then, damn it! Let's just get back to where the fucking checkpoint was, alright? Oh, I did it. That's cool. But I didn't get a points for it? Fuck you, alright? I deserve points for that. Alright, there we go. After we hit the checkpoint, I am gonna totally avoid that railing right there because we can take a massive fucking shortcut. What I love about this stage is that you can take these fucking short... Ah! Falling! Ah! Where's Meteor Herd? It wasn't supposed to be over there.